Hopefully this game isn't too easy. Oh, I don't think it's gonna be too easy. I've played this game before, probably like, I don't even know how long ago. I think they've changed a bit about it since the last time I played it. It's definitely a lot more visuals now, which I don't know why games do that. Wait, space to jump, okay. Yeah, most of this is super easy, especially if you're on a computer. I don't know how this would be if you were on a phone. Anyways, I played this game before. That's not what I'm here to talk about today, though. I've been busy. So we went to Christina's parents. Well, let's back up. So I went to my cousin's the other day. I think I might have already talked about that in yesterday's video. So I didn't really go live too much. And then yesterday I had swimming class. And then we went to Christina's parents. And so I just haven't had like a whole ton of time to go live. Today we were signing up for Medicaid for the baby. And then we made schnitzel. My goodness. I think I can actually maybe just run up to these things and I automatically jump over them. Okay. It was my first time ever having schnitzel. I didn't really know what it was, but I do now. And then, well, eventually we made it home. I did play a little 99 Nights today, but it was just on Christina's laptop. I just played one round, and I also played a round last night because I went to my grandparents to hang out with my cousins. But both times I wasn't able to go live. I don't know if I'm going live tonight either. Basically, here's my plan. So I'm trying to get 2 weeks ahead in all of my classes. The most I can ever get ahead, I think, is 2 weeks. Oh, I have to go to the side here. Hello. Can I go back and forth like Mario? I think that's the plan. So how my classes work, or at least how most of my classes work, is no, I don't want to join a race. I can get 2 weeks ahead of whenever the assignments are due. So 2 weeks from right now is June 6th, I think. And so the assignments due on June 6th opened today. Just kind of annoying that all my assignments are due at the end of the week because then I have to wait to the end of the week for them to open. I'm almost 1 week ahead in all of my classes. Not quite. So my next speech is going to be next week, or no, I think the outline is due next week. And I'll probably have to end up giving a speech on my birthday or maybe the day before or after. It's not going to be the most enjoyable experience. The last one went really well though, so I'm not worried. Currently, wow, this is everywhere. See, this is what you guys get for unscripted videos. Currently, I have this one class where I have assignments due on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But the assignment for Tuesday doesn't open until after class on Thursday, which is kind of annoying, but not the end of the world. The most annoying part is the assignments due on Thursday don't open until after class on Tuesday. And so I have less than 48 hours to finish that assignment. But luckily I found out that the last one is going to be due the Tuesday after June 6th, which means it should open on, I think the 4th is a Thursday. I think it's going to open that day. So by my birthday, I can officially be 2 weeks ahead in all of my classes, which is super good because whenever the baby comes, unless there's like serious problems, there's no reason that I would need to be away from school for 2 weeks, but at least I can be, which would be super, super convenient. So that's why I haven't been streaming quite as much. It's just a mix of visiting family and trying to get ahead. I think I haven't decided if I'm going to go live after this or not. We might, but I might just keep doing homework and try to get all the way ahead. I don't know if it's really worth it because I think I gotta go this way. The baby would have to come really early for it to mess with anything. And if I get everything done tonight, it's not like I can work on anything else until next Saturday. At least not really. Because almost all of my classes have all of their assignments due on Saturday. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll stream after this. Now that I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to think. How far are we into this? Like 5 minutes? We're almost halfway? That'd be like over a 10-minute video if I want to finish the entire course. Should we do it? Of course we can do it. Let me think about what else we can talk about. So Finn, he's being so cute. Oh my goodness. I thought that guy was trying to get ahead of me and then died trying to do it. and then I thought I was gonna get ahead of him. Nope, apparently not. I'm gonna get ahead of him now, though. Whoever this guy is, I don't know who he is. He's my new rival. Oh, I definitely finished that before him. Correct. So last night I go to my cousins, or I go to my grandparents and my cousins are there. We play the game of 99 Nights. And we just joined a public lobby. I definitely could have invited viewers to play with me. I just didn't really care. And so we joined a public lobby. And we joined with this one guy. His name was like Moon something, or maybe it was Moo something. He had 500 something days. And then there's this other person, this other girl in there. I think her name was Bobby something. Bobby was not fun to play with. This Moon guy, he had 500 days and he acted like a 500-day player. He was on top of everything. He was helping us progress fast. It was probably the best game of 99 Nights I've played since the hard mode run with the 5 vampires. Well, Bobby, on the other hand, oh my goodness, she was just wasting all of our supplies. She bought an ammo crate before the 4th bed. And so at this point, I was like, okay, if Bobby dies, we're not saving her. But Bobby was never going to die because Bobby had iron armor, which not that iron armor is like insane or anything, but it's pretty decent armor, and she would never leave camp. Like, she just wasn't being helpful at all. And so I had a plan to trap her. So one of these times she went into the crafting table to try to buy something, and I got 2 of the wooden rain storage, or rain wood storage, whatever it's called. I love how I still don't know what that's called, even though I've asked myself that in several videos. Apparently I need to push a button right there. So I trapped her using 2 of those, and she starts pinging herself, and I was kind of afraid that Moon was going to let her out. But he didn't let her out, even though I'm pretty sure he had a hammer. Maybe he didn't have a hammer now that I'm thinking about it. I obviously had a hammer that I was not going to use on her. So eventually she starves to death. I'm like, well, what if she ends up getting revived? So then we took her body and we took it to the cave and we dropped it to the bottom of the map. Which I know is so mean, but I don't know. It's kind of funny. And then we just had 4 people play the game, and everyone playing had at least 500 days. I think all of them have like right around 500 as their most days. So it was a really good round after that. We had like a pretty good base set up by the end of it. We could have kept going for, I could have kept going for thousands of days, obviously, but we could have kept doing a really good run. But we got to the end, and I was like, let's do the stronghold one more time. And then we went upstairs and played baseball, which is kind of scary because the ball we ended up using is just like this little soccer ball that's, I think it's like made out of leather and has stuffing on the inside. But originally we were starting out with the ball that it came with. Ooh, that was a close one. Which was, I don't even know what material that is. Very hard plastic. My cousin hit that at me and that did not feel good. Also probably almost broke a light fixture. Probably would have if we had kept using that one. And then in other news, so throwback to my speech last week that I gave where I read or didn't read. We're not saying what I did or didn't do until I received my diploma, but where I may or may not have read the entire speech word for word off of just a script. Well, I'm reading through my classmates' feedback today, and everyone has to say something good I did and something bad. And basically everyone just told me that I was moving my hands too much. I was just fidgeting, which I don't feel bad. If I were to get docked points for that, then I would just finally submit my 504 telling my teacher that I have autism, and then she'd probably be like, oh, now I feel bad for docking points for that, and then she wouldn't. But as long as my grade doesn't suffer from it, I don't care what my classmates say. But one of my classmates was like, you did a really good job, blah, blah, blah. One thing I would say is having your note cards behind your computer, I could tell every time that you were reading off of your note cards. You changed your tone. I was just sitting here like, right, yeah, I can clearly see that. I feel like I did that a lot, kind of. You know, every time I would read those note cards. So that made me laugh just because I was like, this person is pulling stuff straight out of their butt right now. Which, to be fair, that's probably what everyone else in the class did. They basically said the exact same thing. And so I have reason to believe that some of them actually watched the video replay of my speech. But I would not be surprised if some of them just read what other people said about me and then were like, Yeah, I'm gonna say the exact same thing. I realized when I went to turn in the assignment that I was trying way too hard. I don't know. I wrote a whole paragraph for every single person's speech that I watched. I gave like really specific and good feedback. Every single person who gave me feedback, except for one, gave me like one line. It was just one sentence. My entire submission probably ended up being like 2 pages long. It was a joke. Like I had to do 10 submissions in total. 2 of my submissions were probably longer than all of most other people's, which I don't really care that other people did bad. It's honestly only bad for me because, first of all, I'm trying way too hard. But then second of all, everyone else looks at that and is like, what a try hard. Because I'm definitely that way if I see someone in like a group post and they're just trying way harder than everyone else. It's like, calm down. You're trying to set a standard that no one else wants to follow. And I think that's going to be it for today's video. We might play this one a few more times in the future. It was pretty fun, but I think we'll give a few days in between each time. So I'll put this one on my favorites. Expect to see more of this in the future. And with that, I will see you all tomorrow. Please subscribe. Adios.